Hey, Wolf Moon Lumberjack here. I am going to tape myself as I fix and attempt to upgrade this Magic the Gathering Precon deck. It's the Hail Caesar deck. It's red, white, and black. I played it out of the box against another deck that was a Precon a while ago from Kaldheim. My opponent had upgraded it slightly, but not to the point where I couldn't win because we both won one game and then I had to leave. But it needs things. It needs help. It needs fixing. And I'm not going to go buy new cards because I don't have any money right now. So I'm going to work with what I have in my bulk. And here's what I am going to do. I need removal. There's almost no removal in this deck right now as it is. So I am going to put in Stormplane Detainment. Then this enchantment enters, exile target non-land perm. An opponent controls until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Pretty standard. Banishing Light, which is literally the exact same thing. It's just by a different name, and it has cooler artwork. Check out that artwork. Cameras, there we go. Then I'm going to put in Path to Exile. We all know what Path to Exile does. And Austere Command, which is a sweet card. I'm glad I got it in another Precon. I'm buying a lot of Precons lately. Anyway, Austere Command's going in. So there's 4 solid removals. The deck makes a lot of creature tokens. So I'm putting Shocking Sharpshooter in there. He is a living Impact Tremors, essentially. But I only deal the damage to one opponent, not each opponent. He's a 1/3 with reach for 2 mana, 1 in a red. And yeah, he's cool. So he's going in there. And then I can't afford a Grave Pact or a Dictate of Erebos, even though I want them badly for this deck because it's all about sacrificing, and I love making my opponents sacrifice their creatures. I love that it bypasses indestructibility. Anyway, we can talk about that another time. So I picked up this out of my bulk. I found this Barren Steppe Siege. It's a 4-drop enchantment. It's 2, a white and a black. Enchantment, as it enters, choose Abzan or Mardu. If you choose Abzan at the beginning of your end step, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. If you choose Mardu, which is much more likely that I'll be doing that, at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacks a creature of their choice. So it only triggers once, not for every creature. But it's still, if they have a low board state or I destroy a lot of their stuff and then they have their little indestructible whatever, and it's the last one, they sack it anyway. That's what I'm going for. So Barren Steppe Siege. Let's see what else we got here. I pulled this card here, Thunder of Unity. It's a very cool card. It's a 3-drop enchantment. It's a saga. You cast it for a red, a white, and a black. The first step is you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, which in Commander is not as 2 life is 2 cards I'm after. But the second and third stage are what really make it sweet for a deck like this. 2 and 3 is whenever a creature you control enters this turn, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life, which is awesome. Damage and life. I love it. Okay, so that's going in there. And then I have Windcrag Siege. It's a 3-drop enchantment. 1, a red, and a white. Here, I'll let you see it real quick so you know what I'm talking about. Sorry if the cards are mirrored. My phone does that sometimes. I don't understand why. But anyway, Windcrag Siege. Enchantment. As this enchantment enters, choose Mardu or Jeskai. Mardu, if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So if I pick that one, my commander's ability, which does things when you sack creatures after attacking, that might trigger twice. And then the other half of that is Jeskai. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. It gains life, leak, and haste until end of turn. So, I'll probably mostly use the Mardu half, but I like to have options with my cards. So let's go on in there. Let's see what else I got over here. Yeah, Voice of Victory is going in there for sure. It's a 1/3 human bard for 1 and a white. Voice of Victory. Mobilize 2. But the sweet part is your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Should be very helpful. Especially against the deck I was playing against originally before I swapped cards out. The last card I'm going to put in here, for now anyway, in this setting, is All Out Assault. It's a really cool enchantment. Oops. It's expensive. It's 5 mana, so 2 generic and then a red, a white, and a black. But it's an enchantment, so it stays. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. When this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there is an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you next attack this turn, untap each creature you control. Pretty sweet. Extra combat, gives my stuff +1/+1, and gives all my stuff Death Touch, and untaps my creatures. So yeah, that's going in. Okay, so now we got the 10 that's going in. Now we gotta decide the 10 we're taking out. So I'm gonna break this guy open here. Now, as I was playing it, there were some cards I came across that I didn't really I didn't like in here. You know, I don't think they're the best use of the space. So we're gonna try and take out. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called Boom Scrapper. Oh, here it is, right here. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, he's better than I thought. So we'll keep him in here. Where is it? I don't know where. Well, anyway, I'm looking for, there it is. Butch Deloria, Tunnel Snake. That wasn't very helpful to me. There, you can look at it. I drew it, and it just sat in my hand the whole time. The whole game. I never had a use for it. I just kept it in my hand so he'd think I had like an instant or something in there. It might be a fun commander to build around in its own right, but in this deck, it doesn't fit. So it's coming out. So there's one. I'm going to figure 9 other things that aren't as important. Where's that robot? That Ed E, I think was the name. We don't really want him in there because honestly, all I used him for was a chump blocker. I didn't use his ability. So I can chump block with tokens. Why would I bother keeping him in there and taking up a whole slot? Come on, man. Where is he? Sorry, I should have picked these out ahead of time, but you're still watching at this point, so that's on you. I'm just joking. I'm glad to have you here. Come on, where is it, man? No, it's not in there either. Anyway, where is it? Here's one that I think should come out, and then the other one should be right. That's one I didn't like in there either. That one as well. Oh, and then there's token. So right now I have 4 cards to take out. So the first card I'm taking out, Eddie, Lonesome Eyebot. He's a 2/1 3-drop legendary artifact creature robot with flying. Whenever you attack, if the number of attacking creatures is greater than the number of quest counters on him, you put a quest counter on him. Excuse me. You pay 2 generic mana and sack him to draw a card, then draw an additional card for each quest counter on him. So that's cool, you know, but like for 3 mana, I could put something much better in here that gets rid of your stuff, not just draws me a bunch of cards. Because even if I draw a bunch of cards, and these aren't in there, then I'm not getting them anyway. So, so I'm going to put Austere Command in here. It's going to change the mana base of the deck, but that's okay. All right, so there's one. Pick out Gary Clone. I don't like him. I don't think he's useful at all. I'm not even going to bother reading him. I'm going to put in Path to Exile instead. All right. Okay, what we got here? Oh, the Butch Delora Tunnel Snake, the one I just read you. You can look at him. He's all about rogues and or snakes, but he's mono black, so, and he's only a 2/2. Anyway, he's coming out. I hated him in the game. I always let his mom die from the rad roaches. And if you don't get that reference, you're too young to be watching this. I'm just kidding, I don't care. Let's see, Banishing Light. Yeah, we're putting Banishing Light in there, that's right. So I have a couple other videos that I've made with inspirational quotes. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So if you post some inspirational quotes, I might, throw one up on the internet. Okay, so this is a Precon for you. We're taking out the secondary commander they put in here, in case you don't like Caesar, which he's freaking awesome, but Mr. House, President and CEO. He costs 3 mana, as you can see. One of each color. He's a legendary artifact creature, human. Whenever you roll a 4 or higher, create a 3/3 colorless robot artifact creature token. If you rolled 6 or higher, instead create that token and a treasure token. Pay 4, tap him. You roll a 6-sided die, plus an additional 6-sided die for each mana from treasures spent to activate this ability. This is pointless to me. I don't... Unless my whole deck is going to let me draw, roll, why would I pay 4 and tap it to roll 1? You know what I mean? That's not helpful. That's another one I had sitting in my hand the whole second game, and I just didn't play it because I didn't see a point. 0/4, and it doesn't fly. My opponent's commander was Brago, King Eternal, so it needed to fly. It didn't, so now it's coming out. Stormplane Detainment's going in. Okay, so we got 4 out and 4 in. Now we got 6 left we want to put in here. So this is gonna be the hard choices now. Let's see here. The Nipton Lottery is cool. Oh, there's 2 cards in that sleeve. Oh, they were stuck. Let's see. I'm thinking the Nipton Lottery is a maybe. That's a sorcery for 4. Choose a creature at random. You gain control of that creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. Then destroy all other creatures. Pretty cool. Board wipe and an intimidation. So I'm going to keep that in there, actually. I actually like that. Plus, I can sack their own creature. Like if I take control of it and it's indestructible, put my command back out. You know what I mean? Okay. Lethal Scheme. The black card with Convoke just weirds me out, you know what I mean? It's not a bad card, but I can put better in there. So this is coming out. This Lethal Scheme is coming out of the deck. And I think I will put in... I would really like to put All Out Assault in there. I don't know why I'm switching sleeves. It's the same kind of sleeve. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I am. So leave me alone. All right, let's keep looking here. What else we got here? Oh, quick shout out to my fiance, Dave. He can't be with me at the moment, but he is a great guy, and I wanted to give him a shout out. I'm probably gonna get married next year. Yeah, I'm gay. Get over it. Yeah, okay. Well, those are tokens. That's my commander. Oh, look, more tokens. What the frick do I have all these tokens for? Let's see here, Romeo. Battle of Hoover Dam. Not a bad card at all. But we could probably do better. So let me read it to you. I'll show it to you too. Oops. Stack that. Right, boom. Battle of Hoover Dam, 4-drop, 3 and a white enchantment. As it enters the battlefield, choose NCR or Legion. If you choose NCR at the beginning of your end step, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it, which means it's exiled if it leaves the battlefield instead of going anywhere else. Legion. If you choose Legion, whenever a creature you control dies, you put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature you control. Yeah, there's a death trigger, and it's a sack deck. But, like I keep saying, we can do better. So we're going to take that out. We're going to look at our options here. Now, it's not a creature. It's non-creatures, and I like to keep, a non-creature to replace the non-creature if I can. So I'm going to put Baron Step Siege in there. That's the one that will make them sack a creature at the end of my turn. Okay, so Baron Step Siege goes in. Battle of Hoover Dam comes out. This is the commander. I don't know why he's over here. He's not going anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 cards left to replace. So let's keep looking here. Ruinous Ultimatum. Charisma Bobblehead. Luck Bobblehead. I don't know. They tap for mana. They're just